Hello there everyone, this is Aaron7491 from Nexus Mods, and due to some demand from the people who have downloaded my weapons level list patches mod or have made suggestions, I'm going to make a tutorial on how to make weapons level list patches. One of the first things you're going to want to do is that you're going to want to download the Leveled List Injector Script from DankRafft. The reason why you want to get from here instead of from the original one from A Blind Man is because DankRafft gives you more options for you to use when it comes to injecting your weapon into the level list. So pretty much it'll be much simpler. Instead of you having to search through a whole list of things, you'll basically just have it, most of it right there for all the different groups starting the Commonwealth. From that point on, you'll want to install that, and when you install it and you go to your data folder where Fallout 4 is, and you go to scripts, scroll down, and you will see DankRafft gun level list inject. This right here is the only level list inject you'll need. So pretty much it doesn't matter how many different weapon mods you want to inject into the level list, you'll only use this one script. So it doesn't matter, you can override it as you go along. It doesn't matter, it's just one, it's the same script all around. It's not, you're not going to bother. Now, as you saw, I have basically gone to Creation Kit, and I am going to show you how to do this, because you're going to need Creation Kit for this. Now, I was going to show you all these warnings. One of them you saw just pop up. It was a little text box window. Just press OK, and all these other warnings, just clear them out. They don't matter. Creation Kit always brings up those warnings. It doesn't matter. Now, what you'll see is I have Creation Kit up with the weapon mod I'm going to choose, and when you do that, all you want to do is click on this folder up here, scroll down to weapon mod, double click on it, and make it active. When you make it active, it'll say whatever changes you're going to make to that weapon mod itself, and we'll augment those changes later in FL4 Edit. Now, I have FL4 Edit open for a few reasons. One of them is to basically get the editor ID. This is what you're going to look for when you begin creating the level list patch, because when you're going to pick whatever weapon constant, it's going to be pointed towards this. So when I create the weapons level list patch, I'll be looking for M60, and I'll show you that right now. You're going to go to quests. Sorry about that, that was my phone. You're going to go to quests, and here in quest, you're going to right click and you're going to click new. You're then going to name it wherever you want. I'm just calling it RS2 M60 just for the sake of just simplicity. And underscore LLI, level list injection. From that point, click on scripts, click add. Now up here, you want to type in Dank, and make sure you have incompatible checked. Now you see Dank right here, Dank gun levels inject, just like the script I showed you before. Just double click on it. Now, here is the properties window. What you want to do here is that when it says weapon name, you want to click on it, click edit value, and you can type in whatever you want. Doesn't matter if you want to type in the weapon's name, make it funny, whatever, type in whatever you want. Because when you load up the game with the patch enabled, in the top left corner, it'll say that such and such has been added to the level list. So when I start the game, it'll say RS2 M60 has been added to the level list. Now, right here, weapon constant. This is what I was talking about, the editor ID. That's what you're going to look up in here. So if I scroll down and see M60, that's what I'm going to click on. That is the weapon I'm going to be adding to the level list. Now, here, list form, I haven't had to touch this yet, but basically what this is saying is that this is a level list that you're going to want to add to other level lists. So instead of having one weapon, you have a separate level list that has like a bunch of whatever in it. You can basically just choose it from right here with edit value, and then basically scroll through and then add whatever level list you created to these level lists, so that they have a potential of popping up as well. So there's a difference between adding one thing to a variety of things. I haven't had to deal with it yet, so hey, if you're going to deal with it, go ahead. Now this here is player level. What this means is that this is the level that the player, you, have to be at for this weapon to start popping up. The default is 1, But if you want to make it something, I guess I can say more immersive, you can change it to whatever value you want. If you want it immediately, right out the gate, and the enemy starts shooting at you with an M60, hey, just keep that level 1. Otherwise, change it to whatever. Now, simply, for this stuff, as you can see, you have the common list, which is things from vendors to Diamond Security to citizens to bosses and all kinds of variety of things. Brotherhood of Steel, Gunners, Institute, Minimen, Raiders, Railroad, Super Mutants, Triggermen, and then here's the Legendary list. The Legendary lists are basically, well, when Legendaries drop. So when you fight a Legendary enemy, boom, you have the chance of this thing dropping. So you just click on something and you click autofill. And it scrolls back up to the top, and then you just keep doing it. Autofill for wherever you want. So I'm going to autofill for the vendors, gun specialty, and gun general stores. So special gun stores, I'm assuming things like Cricket, and then general stores, which are basically like stores you either have at your settlements. So you have Arturo and Cricket in them, and then you have the things such as stores you create in your settlements. Then you can do it for whatever you want. Want to pop in the Brotherhood of Steel? Hey, click on it. Go to autofill. There, now it pops up in the hands of Brotherhood of Steel scribes. That's just as simple as it's going to be. Now click add. Now click OK. Now click OK again. And then I'll just scroll down the quest list. And should be further down. There it is. RS2 M60 LLI. Now I'm going to try to save. Uh-oh. I'm unable to complete operation due to failure removing previous file. Why is this popping up? Well, I'll show you why. It's because I have Xedit open. That's the reason why I also have this open right here. Because Xedit is open and the file is open, it can't save. So I just close out Xedit. And now it can save. Simple as that. Now, I'm going to keep this up. I don't need to close it now. But pretty much now I can reopen Xedit, no problem. Launch for F04 edit. Right click, select none. Type in RS2. Like I said, I already created a patch for this. This is just for tutorial. And see what happens. Alright, and right here in Quest, you shall see this. Here you go. This is the Leveled List Injection patch. But what we want to do is we want to separate this from the original weapon mod. Because what happens if you just one day have to get rid of this mod, disable it, or just uninstall it? Then this will go away. So you right click either on this or on Quest, whichever you want to do. And you do copy as new record. I'm going to right click on Quest because there's a few extra things you have to do. Click yes, I'm absolutely sure I want to edit. Now this right here pops up, just click OK because you're not changing any prefix or suffixes for the editor's ID or the form ID. Are you sure you don't want to change? Yes, I'm sure. And then you go here. Now I do ESP's flagged ESL because it doesn't take up a slot and doesn't cause any problems for you. ESMs generally they're like major files. I could be wrong on that, but that's what it seems to be. But generally do ESP's flat as ESLs. There's no issue with this. It's not going to cause any problems, and it's just a simple way of making sure you don't overload your game with plugins. Click OK. File name without extension. So let's call it RS2 underscore M60 underscore LLI. No reason, just because. And now we have this here. And the file header, it says that it needs Fallout 4 ESM and RS2M60. So what do you do with this? Remove it. Because it's already got it as a file header, and the file header as a master file, so it doesn't matter. So now the patch has been created. Simple as that. Control S, save, and now let's start up the game and see how that works for us. All right, we're now in the game. And when you look at the top left, you'll see it's added to level list, the RS2 M60. Now that means that it will pop up in vendors, it'll pop on the legendary list, and wherever else I chose in creation kit for it to pop up. And that is how you create weapon patches for the for weapon mods to pop on the level list. I hope this helps anyone who needs it.